श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः। अपार तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः. I am that and this is my firm conviction. We had started with the analysis of Anubandha Chatushtaya. And in that Anubandha Chatushtaya, we are seeing who is an Adhikari. Adhikari, a qualified person or the qualification required to gain Aparoksha Atma Jnana. In that we had seen Viveka and Viveka Janita Vairagya. Vairagya born out of Viveka. Then we started with the analysis of Shamadi Shatka Sampatti. And what was that Shamadi Shatka Sampatti? It was Shama, Dama, Shraddha, Samadhana, Uparati, Titikshaha. Usually the sequence is different. It is Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhana. Why this sequence? Because that's how is the sequence in Brihadaranyaka. There, Shanto, Danta, Uparatis, Titikshu, Samahito Bhutva, Athva, Shraddhanhito Bhutva. These are the two different statements according to two different recensions of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And combining these two, they have come up with Shama, Shanto, Danta, Uparati. Shanto, Shama, Danta, Dama, Uparati, Uparama, Uparati, Titiksha, Samahito, Samadhana, and Shraddhanvito, that is Shraddha. So Shraddha and Samadhana. What are these qualities or qualifications? So we have started Shama. Shama is withdrawal of mind from sense objects, Vishayas. And how is that withdrawal? With the understanding, with giving up the desires, not with the desires in mind. When you are withdrawing mind from those Vishayas, at the same time, the desire to enjoy those should also be given up. Similarly, the controlling of senses or sense organs from their respective vishayas, their respective sense objects is Dhamma. Then we started with what is Shraddha. Shraddha is reverential faith or reverential trust. You can say reverential belief in the statements given by a guru or Vedanta. And what is that trust? That they are true. Even though right now, with the conditions of mind, I may not be able to understand them, I may not believe in them, but they are true. Astikya buddhi, satyatva buddhi. What is samadhana? Samadhana is chittaikagram, the single pointedness of mind, the focus. And what do we mean by focus? The mind is thinking of that and that object alone and nothing else. So mind is thinking of that Lakshya Brahma, the Brahman on which I am meditating, or better word is Nididhyasana. So Nididhyasana is easy. When Nididhyasana becomes easy, we can say, I have Samadhana. What do we mean by Nididhyasana becomes easy? In Nididhyasana, we are repeatedly thinking of the conclusion that we have gained from Shravana and Manana. That what is Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana, it is going to come up. But Nididhyasana is clear. There is no interference of any other Vishaya or any other Vishaya Vasana. This was about Samadhana. Then what is Uparati? Uparati is withdrawal from all those particular actions which is going to get me sense pleasures which can be available here and hereafter. To gain any sense pleasure which can be available here in this world or in the other worlds, that is Swargadika, for that you have to perform a certain action, karma. Giving up that karma is uparati, or withdrawal from performing of that action is uparati, uparamana. And how are you going to give up? With the idea that the result of those action is like a poison, vishavat, halahalavat. And titiksha is enduring pairs of opposite, enduring heat and cold, hunger and thirst, etc. What do we mean by endure? We were not expecting that particular situation, but when that situation has come up, when we are experiencing that situation, accepting that and progressing with the path that we are pursuing, or going ahead with this sadhana that we are doing at that particular moment. Don't go on changing the situation around and don't waste time in that, and go on doing sadhana. In this way, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti we had analyzed, and we had also analyzed how they are interdependent. How for Shama, all the other qualities, that is Dhamma, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana are helpful. For Dhamma, how others are helpful. And in this way, their interdependence we had analyzed. And why they are interdependent? Because if we see in particular in detail, all these are controlling different functions of that same one mind. Where are sense objects, or not sense objects, sense organs, senses situated? It is in Sukshma Sharira. Jnanendriyas are part of Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Sharira is made up of nothing but primarily Antahkarana, all our thoughts. And Mana, it is also part of Sukshma Sharira. So they are different functions of one and the same mind. And controlling those different functions through different means are these 6 different qualities. But for being seen in one place alone, that is Antahkarana, the result is going to be seen in Antahkarana alone. That's why they are not separated out and they are clubbed into one as Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. Therefore, author says these 6 should not be taken as 6 different in number and making sadhana chatushtaya as nava, that is viveka, vairagya, 6, that is shamadhi shatka and mumukshuta. Don't count them as 9. Why? Because Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti has been clubbed into 1. Therefore, they are 4 in number alone. Now, what do we need after Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti? It is said, Mumuksha. What is Mumuksha? Mumuksha nama Swaswarupabhuta Brahmavaptihi Anartha Nivrittischa Mokshaha iti Tasmin Tivratarecha Tivratara Ichha. What do we mean by Mumuksha? Mumuksha is Swaswarupabhuta Brahmanaha Avaptihi. Gaining of that Brahman, and gaining here refers to jnana. Right now, because it is not available for me, figuratively it has been said gaining, but it is not like gaining of a particular object. For example, right now I don't have watch, so I have to gain. So I have to perform an action and gain this watch because it was far away and somewhere on the table. Do you mean this gaining of Brahman is like that? No. Gaining is knowing that Brahman aparokshataya, as directly. Right now, even though I am Brahman, I am not different from it. That Mala, Vikshepa, etc., they are veiling that knowledge. So removing of that is gaining. That's why, as we had seen earlier, Brahmajnana is aptasya praptihi, gaining that which already has been gained, which is not different from me. Therefore, Swaswarupa Bhuta, Brahman, which is my own Swarupa, which is my true nature. Why Swaswarupa Bhuta Brahmavaptihi? Because know that to be Brahman, Upasana is given. Prano Brahmeti Vyajanat. No pranas to be Brahman. No mano Brahmeti Vajvyajanat. No mana to be that Brahman. Not that Brahman, but Brahman which is your Swarupa. In Upasana, an object which is different from you is given as Brahman. But here, what is being referred to? What Brahman is being referred to? That which is my Swarupa, which is not different from me. And is it that just gaining of that Brahman? No. Anartha nivrittischa. If somebody asks, but why do you want need to gain Brahman? Right now, are you not Brahman? If you are Brahman right now, then why do you need to gain Brahman? Why do you have to say gaining of that Brahman? The answer is given. We say gaining of that Brahman because anartha nivrutti has not taken place. Anartha nivrutti, still right now, even though I know I am Brahman, I still also believe that I am this upadhi. So removing this anartha, this ajnana, this mala vikshepa, knowing that Brahman without its upadhi, and that alone is moksha. What is moksha? Atma maya tatkarya rahitaha. Brahman without maya tatkarya, knowing that Brahman to be me, that is moksha. That aparoksha jnanam alone is moksha. Now, this moksha, tasmin, in that moksha, tivratara ichha, tivratara, intense longing, desire, intense desire that I should know that, I should gain that. Moktum ichha mumuksha, the desire to get liberated by gaining aparoksha jnana. This is mumuksha. Now, what do we mean by Tivratara Ichha? Simple. For somebody who is hungry and his hunger is so intense that he desires nothing but food, at that moment, whatever you may tell them, even you may say that this hunger is false, this hunger is mithya. Why are you troubled? Hunger is nothing. But at that moment, he is not in a condition to listen. What does that person need? He needs food. For that person who is hungry, his the way he has that intense desire to consume food, to satiate that hunger, similarly having that desire to gain moksha. Enough with this world. Very beautifully, poetically, Bhashyakara has explained in Viveka Chudamani. Go towards moksha. How? As if your head is on fire. दुर्वार संसार दवाग्नि तप्तम दोधूयमानम द्रदृष्टवातैः भीतम प्रपन्नम परवाहि मुक्त भीतम प्रपन्नम परिपाहि मृत्यो शरण्यमन्यत् त्वदहं न जाने. I'm scoffed with this heat of samsara. I'm not seeing any other solution. And this alone is the solution, and I'm going to gain that. This alone is the mean. This alone is the solution. So the mumuksha is top priority. Right now, if we analyze ourselves, what is our top priority? Yes, in our list, mumuksha is there. We desire liberation. But if we just make a bucket list, what is the number? It may be somewhere down the line, say, let's give ourselves a grace marks and say it's in top 10. Why? Because we also have our ego, ahankara, saying, now that you have started on this path, Bhagavan has said, once you start on this path, the progress never fails, never goes away. So, how much ever I progress, it's fine with me because to the extent to which I will progress, from that I will progress ahead, go ahead in next birth. But we don't understand and we don't consider that this human birth is very rare. So having that mumuksha, intense desire, is mumuksha, not just general. Tivratara ichha. Author has very beautifully said, prayojanam anuddishya namantaha api pravartate. Without understanding or without having prayojana, the purpose. Without seeing a purpose, even a manda, a dull-witted person also will not take up an action. And right now our condition is like that, manda, a dull-witted person. We have not really analyzed the condition of this samsara. What this samsara is, what this world is. We still have some lingering idea or doubt. So somewhere we believe that this world might be true. The Vishyas will give me happiness, are giving me happiness. Thus, when Vairagya and Viveka intensifies, Mumukshita will also intensify. Bhashyakara gives priority to Vairagya and Mumukshita. He says, Vairagyam cha mumukshutvam tivram yasya tu vidyate tasyaiva tasyaiva phalavantasyuh viveka shamadayah. The second line is something different, but the meaning is for the person whom or the person in whom vairagya and mumukshuta is intense and is present, for him alone viveka and samadhi shatka sampatti will be fruitful. Otherwise, etayor mandata yatra, where these are not intense, for him viveka and samadhi shatka sampatti are like mirage water. Even though they are there, they are not really there, they are not going to give any result. How can you say so? Simple. As we had seen the earlier example, a pandita, a scholarly person, he may have viveka, but that viveka in lack of vairagya and that in absence of mala, vikshepa, etc., is not going to give vairagya. I have viveka. I have very good viveka. I know what is good and what is bad. I have Samadhi Shatka Sampatti. So I control my senses, I control my urges, and that is helpful in my day-to-day activities. Once I take up an action, I am completely devoted to performing that action. And with all these qualities, I have flourished my business. What is the use of this? That particular person who has flourished his business, who has grown, who has earned a lot of money, in from one point of view, he has viveka, he has samadhi shatka sampatti, but what does he lack? Vairagya and mumukshuta. So even though he has viveka and samadhi shatka sampatti, those qualities have prompted him to perform karma and gain sense pleasures which can be available here and hereafter. Therefore, vairagya and mumukshuta are very much important. Now, having seen these four, Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshuta, how are they going to be helpful for me? See it in this way. As each and every quality grows, as each one of these quality grows, more and more time is available to me for my Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Right now, I am not able to do Shravana. Why? Because my mind is engrossed in different activities, performing different actions. Even though I am doing Shravana, it may be possible that somebody is listening to 4 to 6 pravachana, 6 hours of Shravana, but it is not yet helpful. Why? Because even though he is listening, his mind is distracted. So, in a sense, throughout those 6 hours, whatever that he has heard with attentiveness is amounts to just 1 hour. That is not helpful. Why? Samadhi Shatka Sampatti is not there. So, gaining of these qualities is going to improve my Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. These are Mukhya Sadhana, means not Sakshat, but Mukhya. Primary means to gain knowledge. This is now is being explained. 21st section. Jnanotpatti sadhanani. Vivekadi chatushkayam. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanani trini. Tattva padartha shodhanam cha iti ashtau jnana sadhanani. These 8 are means to gain knowledge. What are these 8? Viveka, Vivekadi Chatushtaya. The 4 starting with Viveka, that is Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatka, Sampatti, and Mumukshuta, these 4. Then Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana 3, 4 plus 3, 7. And Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam, analysis of Mahavakya. These Ashtav, these 8 are Jnana Sadhanani, means of knowledge. Now, these means of knowledge have been separated into two. One is Antaranga and Bahiranga. One is which are internal and which are external. Here first, before we go to internal Antaranga and Bahiranga sadhana, let's understand Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam, because this is a uniqueness of this text. Usually, Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam is not taken separately. If you usually see, Tattvam Padartha Shodhana is considered under Shravana alone. Because in Shravana, you have done the analysis when you are listening to Shravana. When it is said, Tattvamasi, in that Tattvamasi, if you see that whole sentence, what is that Tat, what is that Tvam, analysis has been done. Lakshana has also been done. Then what do we mean by Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam? Author in its Tippani says, यथा हंसेन क्षीरनीरविवेचनं क्रियते यथा वा दध्नः नवनीतस्य विवेचनं क्रियते एवं चिज्जडयोः उपलभ्यमान कारणकार्यत्वाधिष्ठानारोपितत्व दृग्दृश्यत्व साक्षिसाक्ष्यत्वादि स्वरूपस्य शास्त्रानुसारि विचारणम् एव शोधनम्. The sentence is long, but meaning is simple. Just as a hamsa, a swan bird, separates out the milk from water, or by churning the navanita, butter is separated out from buttermilk. Similarly, based on inquiry gained or learned from Shastra, doing Viveka, constantly doing Viveka between Chit and Jada, that which is sentient and that which is inert, that which is Nitya, that which is Anitya, that which is Sakshi, that which is Saksha, that which is witness consciousness principle, and that which is being witnessed, that which is a subject and object. Separating of these two is Tattvam Padartha Shodhana. And why should this be taken separately? Because Tattvam Padartha Shodhana, in a sense, the analysis will come later, but let me just introduce right now. Not in a sense part of Shravana. Why? Because in Shravana, you are just listening to Mahavakya. Tat Tvam Asi. But what follows is Tattvam Padartha Shodhana. With Tat Pada, you are not understanding that which is Sopadika, but Nirupadika. So you have done Shodhana. Shodhana in essence means purifying. Shuddhikaranam. So removing part or meaning which is not needed and knowing the meaning which is required. From Tvam removing that which is not needed and keeping that which is intended. This analysis which follows after Shravana of Mahavakya is Tattvam Padartha Shodhana. Now coming to means. Antaranga Bahiranga Sadhanani. What are Antaranga Sadhanani and Bahiranga Sadhanani? Author says, Vivekadini Purvokta Sadhanani Ashtavopi Antaranga Sadhanani. All those which have been mentioned earlier, that is Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshuta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and Tattvam Padartha Shodhana. All these are Antaranga Sadhana. and yajna, dana, tapa adini bahiranga sadhanani. Yajna, dana, tapa, all these are bahiranga sadhana. Why some are called antaranga and why some are called bahiranga? Analysis is going to come next. But Master mentions anayoho mumukshuhu jignasa utkatye, जिज्ञासायाः औत्कट्ये अंतरंगम एव साधनम अनुतिष्ठे. अनयोः, in between those two, जिज्ञासा औत्कट्ये, for somebody who has jignasa, the desire to gain that knowledge, desire to know in abundance, for by him antarangam eva sadhanam anutishte. He should take up antaranga sadhana alone. Why? Because he is not interested in karma, in performing any action or results of those actions. Somebody who is interested, say a person is interested in going to Swarga or going to Pitraloka or Brahmaloka. Now for him, Jignasa is for Brahmaloka or Swargadika Loka. For him, the inquiry into Pitru Yajna or Bhasha, Purnamasa, all these Yajna, etc. will be given. Why? Because performance of those karma is going to gain those particular results. For somebody who is interested, already desires knowing that Brahman, who has that Jignasa, for him, you cannot say perform Yajna now. Why? Because he is not interested in that at all. So what should he take up? He should take up Vivekadi Chatushtaya, improving upon Viveka Vairagya and Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Now, Yasya Sadhanasya Shravanadikam Karyabhutam Aparoksha Jnanam Va Drishtaphalam Tat Antarangam Iti Uchyate. Drishtaphalam, Drishta, evident. For those particular actions or for those particular sadhana means, aparoksha jnana is seen as evident or is direct. Those sadhana are considered as antarangam. Yasya sadhanasya, for those particular sadhana means Shravanadikam, Shravana, etc. Tat karyabhutam aparoksha jnanam va. Tat karyabhutam, the effect of which is aparoksha jnana, is very much evident. You don't have to think, you don't have to connect. It is directly seen. Those means are considered as antarangam iti uchyate. They are considered as antaranga sadhana. विवेकादि चतुष्टयम श्रवणे मुख्य साधनम. विवेकादि चतुष्टय, विवेक, वैराग्य, समाधि, षट्क संपत्ति, मुमुक्षुता, all these four are मुख्य साधना, primary means for shravana. Why? Because बहिर्विषयाभिमुखस्य विवेकादि अयोगात् श्रवणा सिद्धेः. The one who is bahirmukha, the one who is extrovert, interested in enjoying sense pleasures, for him vivekadi ayogat, in absence of viveka vairagya samadhi षट्क संपत्ति mumukshuta, shravanadi asiddhehe. Two things, shravana asiddhehe, shravana phalasya asiddhehe. Either he will not take up shravana or Even by chance, if it takes it takes up Shravana, the effect of Shravana will not be seen in that person. In whom Viveka Vairagya Samadhi Shatka Sampatti is not there. Evam, in this way, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanani api Brahma Sakshatkare Mukhya Sadhanani. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, etc. are or Brahma Sakshatkare. In Brahma Sakshatkara, in gaining direct knowledge of Brahman, these are Mukhya Sadhana. Just one cautious point. Here, Mukhya Sadhana has been used. If we are to translate this in English, it will be primary means or important means. We may say direct, but direct should not be used. Why? Because elsewhere, for Brahma Sakshatkara, Sakshat or else everywhere, not for Brahma Sakshatkara, Sakshat Shabda has also been used. What do we mean by Sakshat? Exclusive, the only means. For moksha, what is required? Brahma Jnana, Brahma Sakshatkara alone is required. For moksha, what is required? Brahma Sakshatkara, Aparoksha Jnanam alone. In absence of that Brahma Sakshatkara, moksha can never be gained. Like fire is required or is essential for cooking. As in absence of fire, nothing can be cooked. Similarly, in absence of aparoksha jnana, moksha cannot be gained. There the relation is sakshat. But here it is mukhya, primary. That's why better use, if we are to understand in English, use word primary, which are closer, rather than using direct. Why? Because in absence of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, Brahma Sakshatkara can never be gained. Yad bhave yad bhavam, yad bhave yad abhavaha. When A is present, B is seen. In absence of A, B is not seen. Then to gain B, A is the primary means. Now, Tattvamoho Padartha Jnanam Api. Tattvamoho. Tatpada Tvamoho Tvampada. Padartha Jnanam. Padartha Jnanam. Padasya Arthasya Jnanam. What is Pada? Suptingantam Padam Vyakarana says. In essence, it is a word. Meaning of Tatpada. Tatpada Artha Jnana. Understanding the meaning of Tatpada and Tvampada. And what do we mean by knowing? Knowing it by Bhagat Tyaga Lakshana. That also api Akhanda Mahavakyartha Abheda Jnane Karanam. Akhanda Vakyartha Mahavakyartha Abheda Jnane. Akhandarthaka Vakya Mahavakya Abheda Jnana. What is this whole sentence? It has a deeper meaning. Just listening to Mahavakya is not going to give you Abheda Jnana. Abheda Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana. What happens is, when you have listened to Mahavakya, or when you listen to Mahavakya, you gain knowledge. Right now, it is not that we don't have knowledge, but that knowledge is Paroksha. In our Antahkarana, that Akhandakara Chitta Vritti, or Maha, yeah, Akhandakara Karita Chitta Vritti, better take that statement. That Chitta Vritti has not taken place. So our mind, after listening to Tattvamasi Mahavakya, has not become Brahmakara, exact replica of Brahman. Even though the function of Mahavakya is that, by listening to Mahavakya, our Antahkarana becomes the exact replica of Brahman. Easier to understand, it becomes Nirvishaya. Neither there is any form, any guna, anything. And such jnana, such akhandakara chitta vritti is going to remove our ignorance, and Brahman will be experienced directly aparokshataya, that is abheda jnana. And for that abheda jnana, knowing Mahavakyartha, meaning of Mahavakya, like this directly with Brahmakara chitta vritti, abhedataya, as me being one with Brahman, aprokshataya. What is karana? What is required? Tattvamoho padartha jnanam. Otherwise, if we just have tattvamoho jnanam, we just have listened, tattvamasi, it's fine. But padartha jnana has not taken place. You have not really analyzed what is tatpada, what is tvampada, how they are one, how they are not different from each other. That is Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam. So Tattvam Padartha Shodhanam is the cause, is the reason, is the means for Mahavakyartha Abheda Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana. Itham, in this way, Vivekadi Chatushtayasya Shravanadau. Vivekadi Chatushtaya is for Shravana, etc. Shravanadehe cha Aparoksha Jnane. तत्त्वं पदार्थ ज्ञानस्य महावाक्यार्थ ज्ञाने च क्रमेण कारण भावापत्तौ पूर्वोक्तानि अष्टौपि अंतरंग साधनानि इति उच्यन्ते. You can directly correlate for aparoksha jnana. What is the cause? Shravanadi. For aparoksha jnana, Shravanadi has been mentioned as cause. But in that, Mahavakyartha jnana is required. Mahavakyartha jnana is gained by Tattvam Padartha Shodhana. Then in that, to take up Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, what do we need? Vivekadi Chatushtaya. Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shatka, Sampatti, Mumukshuta. So we can directly correlate that all these are leading me to Brahma Sakshatkara. So as what we had seen for Antaranga Sadhana, what are Antaranga Sadhana? Those which are Aparoksha Jnanam is Drishta Phalam. For those whom Aparoksha Jnana, direct knowledge, is evident phala, effect. So because it is seen, the person who has Viveka, Vairagya, etc. in abundance, he is seen to gain aparoksha jnana. There may be intermediate means, that is Shravana and Tattvam Padartha Shodhana, but it is very much evident. Shravana is going to lead to aparoksha jnana. That Mahavakyartha jnana which is required for aparoksha jnana will be gained through Tattvam Padartha Shodhana, Tattvam Padartha jnana. Therefore, all these 8 Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatka, Sampatti, Mumukshita, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and Tattvam Padartha Shodhana being evident causes for Aparoksha Jnana, these 8 have been considered as Antaranga Sadhanani. Purvoktani Ashtopi, all these 8 are Antaranga Sadhanani iti uchyante. They are said to be Antaranga Sadhana. Ataha, therefore, तानि साधनानि मुमुक्षुणा तीव्रतर श्रद्धया संपादनीयानि. Those means should be gained by a mumukshu with तीव्रतर shraddha, with intense shraddha. Sampadanyani should be gained. Now, then what is Bahiranga Sadhana? It is simple. For those actions, for those means for whom Aparoksha Jnana is not seen as direct effect, but something which is required in between, those will be Bahiranga Sadhana. In other simple words, for those means where Chitta Shuddhi is evident, those will be Bahiranga Sadhana. And what are these? What are the details? That explanation we will see next time.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.